Hello and welcome to Ferris Sports Update. I'm your host, Rob Bentley, and thanks for tuning in. On today's show, we'll update you on postseason action for Ferris State football. Along with Bulldog volleyball, we'll check in as well with Ferris State hockey coming off a win over Lake Superior. We'll start first, though, with Bulldog football, joined by assistant coach Tyler Shreve. Coach, first of all, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Before we get into where we're at right now in the season, what's it been like for you, your first year as kind of the full-time defensive line coach, and how has it been kind of working with that unit here over the course of the year?
Exciting. They're a great group to work with every single day. They show up and work really, really hard, so that makes it easy. I got great assistant coaches between Vic Nelson and Ed Filion that have really helped me out, and I got great staff around me, so really easy.
How much did that experience you had the last few years working with the defensive line help you moving into that role?
Yeah, it's everything, right? You get to see every situation, every game day situation, every practice situation you can come by. And there were some special kids in those groups going all the way back to Caleb Murphy, that I got to be a part of. And just to see how they operate on a day in, day out. And we're trying to instill that into the guys right now.
Obviously a big playoff win this past weekend over Northwood, and nice to get the playoffs started off on a big note here at home at Top Taggart Field.
Yeah, a lot of excitement, a lot of energy coming out to playoff games always. Our team, like Coach said after the game, just seems to have some kind of, magic come around it during playoff time. So it was good to get that W. Hard week of practice and hard week of preparation. Lost the bye week this year, so you're right into it, but it was a good start for us.
As we go to the highlights, how important was it to get off to a great start here in this game, playing in front of the home fans?
Yeah, great start is everything in these kind of games, these playoff games. The momentum plays a huge part in every game in the playoffs.
Obviously, the offense gets the ball first here and comes down and scores on the opening drive and kind of really set the tone at the line of scrimmage here early on.
Yeah, certainly. And Carson Galker is just a weapon out there at tight end. I don't know, how you cover all those guys out there. A lot of playmakers.
On the defensive side, you guys got off to a great start as well. We'll see Tim Allen with a huge play right here to get a big stop here on third down.
Yeah, first third down of the game. Tim comes off the edge and bends it. Really nice play.
Offense comes right back here as Tariq Brett will get into the end zone and kind of slow down. Tough to slow down the offense with so many playmakers.
Yeah, Tariq Brett scoring a touchdown. We've heard that one before, right? Elite playmaker out there, surrounded by a lot of playmakers as well.
Of course, Northwood here down 14-0. They put a good drive together here. Obviously, a team that's had a lot of success here over the course of the year. Yeah,
great team to go up against, and it's a playoff caliber game. So, we really prepared hard for them during the week, and I think it showed up on Saturday.
Here, Chase Carter showing his speed, a sprinter on the track, and obviously fast here on the football field as well.
Incredibly fast. I'm glad he's on our team.
Of course, had a 21-7 lead at the into the first quarter, and we'll see the defense come up with a huge play here from Jalen Jones. Here coming up on this second play was great to have him kind of back in the lineup this week.
Yeah, yep. We misfit the run on the first one there. J-Pay comes up and makes a great tackle, and then Jalen goes and picks this one off. Sometimes I think he knows more than I do on the field. He's a true coach on the field and a great guy to be around, so really glad to have him back.
How crucial were some of those turnovers? Forced a couple fumbles here in this game as well.
Yeah, turnovers are everything in playoff games. You look at the turnover margin throughout the playoffs, and you generally see the winner decided by turnover margin.
So Marquis Jones with a big defensive play, and then here another big play by Carson as the offense comes right back and extends the lead here on this drive.
Yeah, we'll work on Marquis' celebrations there on the sack, and then Carson, what's he playing? Is he playing H or running back? I think Coach Anise and Steve owe some GAs out there a pot of coffee for how many scout cards they have to draw during the week.
Here, Stanley Lambert forces a huge fumble, and Tim Allen, a couple of your defensive linemen making the play right here.
Yeah, those guys play hard to the final whistle for sure.
Brady Rose into the end zone, and at this point had a very comfortable lead and really in control of this football game in the first half.
Yeah, I know the offense worked hard on some goal line things that week, so it was good to see them get out there and put it right in. A couple plays on defense we'd like to have back, but overall, a pretty good game by us.
Of course, that one right there made it a 41-14 game, but the offense, maybe Northwood left a little too much time to come down and get a big field goal here to close the half from Eddie Jewett.
I think anytime you got Chase Carter and Tariq Brett and Carson Galker and Tay and JT at the end of the set, just a bunch of playmakers out there, it's going to be difficult. And Eddie, anytime he gets out there, it's steady Eddie, man.
With a lead here at halftime, how important was it to come out here and really set the tone here defensively early on in the second half?
Yeah, that's all we talked about in the locker room at halftime for sure, was coming out and getting to a fast start.
Of course, the offense didn't let up here, and we'll see another big score coming up here as the lead grows here in this third quarter of play, and a very comfortable lead, and you still got a play and make some big plays out here over the course of the game.
Yeah, Brady Rowe's really out there working hard. He's one of the heart and souls of our team, so he's making a lot of plays right now.
What did it mean for the defense here as we see Chase Carter score for the defense to get the shutout here in the second half?
Yeah, it was good. Just overall, we talk every week about getting out there and executing the game plan. We feel as though we put together a game plan and we have the players that we go out there and coach hard. They go out there and play hard, and that's the expectation.
Of course, here some other younger guys got a chance to really show what they can do as well here in the fourth quarter of this ball game.
Look at that. Jake Price takes one up the middle there. He's a really good player. Jake Price at running back. LaShawn Mumfield here coming up the middle. And that younger offensive line in there. Cooper Nye gets in some at tight end. A lot of great young players coming up.
65-14 the final, and now you move on here, a new opponent this week, and an opponent you know very well in Ashland University.
Ashland, always a tough ball club. Their ability to run the ball, strong play action game. A stifling defense. So we have our hands full coming up this Saturday.
For some of the veterans, how much does this playoff experience from the past really help them here as you guys kind of navigate through the playoffs this year?
Yeah, I think it's something that you can definitely lean into, but every season is its own season. And so these guys got to go out there and make their own story. Nothing's taken from last year. And you're just going to go out there and play hard on Saturday, and you've been there, done that, so hopefully it helps out.
For you guys on the defensive line, what's it been like working with some of those veterans, Tim Allen, Stanley Lambert, some of those guys that have kind of been around the program? Yeah,
when I think about those guys, I think about Caleb Davis, CO, two guys that are seniors. They've been around a long time. Ralph Carter's been around a long time, and they give the young guys a lot of wisdom. If anything, it's just grit, toughness, durability throughout a long season, how to play the run. Sometimes it's not as much about technique. It's more about your amount of effort you're giving and the amount of heart you have. And so those guys instill it into the young guys every single day.
Some of those guys you mentioned, 22 all-conference selections here for the Bulldogs. Caleb Davis named the GLIAC Defensive Lineman of the Year, and a great honor for some of those guys to get some recognition.
Yeah, so special for Caleb. He came back and he trained his butt off the whole off season, and it showed up this fall. CO, same kind of story. He's having a great year. He had a great game against Northwood. Stanley, he's been making a ton of plays all year. Marquis is a young guy that stepped in. Jovan Ruffin, Tim Allen, and they've done a phenomenal job. I couldn't be more pleased with that group, and really appreciate them.
What does the home field advantage mean here for you guys here on Thanksgiving weekend?
Yeah, it's everything. Top Taggart feels like home. Feels like home during a playoff game, and you come out there and it's a little bit chilly. The skies are a little bit gloomy, but the fans and the crowd give us a whole bunch of energy. We're at home. It's the field we practice on, and we're really dead set on defending Top Taggart, any team that comes in there.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time. Congrats on the win, and best of luck against the Eagles on Saturday, 1 o'clock.
Thank you very much, Rob. Appreciate it.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.